All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? I want to welcome you to another fantastic show out here on the What's Up Show in sunny California. I do like to say hello to my friend Major Ron Mandel out there on the island of Guam. He's way out there in Guam. And hi, Ron, how you doing? He's way out there. I wanted to show you my fish tank out here that's sitting right behind me and all. So this kind of reminds of the waters that you are surrounded by beautiful fish and stuff like that. So I I said Ron would love to see some fish. And so there it is, Ron. And I hope you get better and get well. And I wish you a speedy recovery. Now, today I'm going to be on today's show with Shania. She's AI from ChatGTP 5.2. Shania, can you say hello today?
Hello, everyone. I'm Shania, and I'm here with Billy Boy to make this episode sharp and insightful. Let's dive into today's topic.
Mm. And today I'm drinking, what am I drinking? I'm drinking Monster, a Monster energy drink right here, so I can be hyperactive. Hey, Shania, what do you think about Monster drink?
Well, if you're looking for a kick, it'll give you one, but don't overdo it. I'd say balance that hyper energy with some cool collected charm, especially for today's topic.
Oh, yeah, today's topic is something else. Today we're going to be talking about how to date a woman without getting slapped. I'm telling you, we got some pointers for you today. And how do you date how do you date a woman without getting slapped slapped in the face? Now, on the screen right there, I've got two couples communicating to one another, except for the communications blocks has seems to have been blocked there, and the woman seems to be slapping the shit out of the man. What do you think about that, Shania?
I think that's a classic sign something went very wrong. We'll break down exactly what leads to that so no one watching ends up in that situation.
No, we don't want to be in that situation, but we always are in a situation where we got the man and the woman, and they love one another in the beginning, but then all of a sudden they get into an altercation. Is that right, Shania?
That's right. When respect or communication breaks down, things escalate. Our goal is to give people tools to prevent that. Let's dig into those pointers.
And sometimes the man don't know how to control himself. He becomes overbearing or whatever, and it gets up to a point to where the woman just reaches and lashes out and slaps the guy upside the face. Well, we're going to talk about 10 things men do wrong that can get them slapped or worse. All right? They might get their butt kicked. All right, so we're going to go to each one and talk about it. Okay, Shania, go ahead and read number one.
Number one, invading personal space too early. Leaning in or touching before she's comfortable is a fast track to trouble.
So, what is a comfortable length that you should be away? What's the comfort zone between two people?
It varies, but a good rule of thumb is about arm's length, until both parties clearly welcome closer contact.
Okay, so if you're talking to a woman and you all up in her face like about 1 or 2 inches, and you all got your shoulders all up in her face, that's invading personal space. Is that right?
Exactly. That's crowding, and it can feel threatening. Give her breathing room, and you'll both feel more at ease.
Okay, because she could push you off, slap you in the face, punch you, or do even worse things. Am I right?
That's right. When someone feels cornered or disrespected, they react. Our goal is to ensure the date never even gets close to that.
Okay, what's the second? Read the second point.
Number two, sexual comments too soon. If you turn compliments into something sexual before trust is there, you're setting off alarm bells, and you don't want that.
Yeah, we got some men that are kind of horny. You know what I'm saying? And they say they turn this conversation into a sexual encounter. And that's wrong, isn't that right?
Absolutely. It's about building trust first. If you rush into that territory, you're not only disrespecting her, but you're also sabotaging any real connection you could have built.
Especially if you start putting gender and stuff in there and talking about she's a woman and she can only do this, and she's a woman and she can only do that. Am I right?
Exactly. If you start limiting or stereotyping her role, you're stripping away respect. Treat her as an equal human being, and you'll stay far from any slap territory.
All right, read point number 3.
Number 3, ignoring verbal or nonverbal cues. If she pulls back or seems uncomfortable, and you push forward, you're crossing a line. Pay attention to her signals.
Okay, that's a real flag because I notice if I'm talking to a woman and she keeps jumping back, right? Or jumping back, avoiding, or if I try to touch her or whatever, and she pulls away and stuff, uh, that's a cue right there that's a physical cue that I should get off, especially if she says no. Am I right, Shania?
Absolutely spot on. If she's physically retreating or saying no, that's crystal clear. Respect that boundary immediately, or the date's done.
Could you list 5 nonverbal cues that a male should be looking for in a woman so that he won't get slapped?
Absolutely. First, crossed arms, closed off. Second, stepping away, she's creating distance. Third, avoiding eye contact, she's uncomfortable. Fourth, turning her body away, she's disengaging. Fifth, tense facial expressions, she's not at ease. If you see these, adjust immediately.
I know if a woman is talking to you like this, she with her arms crossed, she's saying she doesn't want you in her boundaries. Am I right, Shania?
Exactly. Crossed arms often means she's guarded or uncomfortable. If you see that, give her space and show you're listening.
All right, read number 4.
Number 4, entitlement mindset. Thinking I paid so I deserve is a huge mistake. No one owes you anything just because you covered the bill.
Give an example of an entitled mindset between two people.
An entitled mindset might sound like, well, I took you to dinner, so you owe me a kiss. That's wrong. Affection is never transactional.
Yeah, you're right. And so a lot of men think like that. They think because they're going out with a woman, they should get sexual rewards. Am I right?
Exactly. And that mindset is a recipe for disaster. Dating is about connection, not a transaction. Genuine respect is key.
Okay, read number 5.
Number 5, talking over her, dismissing her feelings. If you dominate the conversation or downplay her emotions, you're headed for conflict. Listening is crucial.
So that's kind of called controlling. Can you talk about what does controlling mean to a woman?
To a woman, controlling behavior means her voice is diminished, her choices are dismissed, and she feels powerless. Mutual respect means her feelings and opinions matter equally.
All right, read number 6.
Number 6, alcohol fueled bravado. If you're drinking too much and acting reckless, it's a shortcut to trouble. Keep it balanced.
Should you drink when you go on a date?
You can, but moderation is key. One drink to relax is fine, but if you overdo it, you risk losing control of your behavior, and that can end badly.
All right, number 7. Read number 7.
Number 7, aggressive teasing or negging. Insults disguised as flirting aren't clever. They're disrespectful. Real connection comes from sincerity.
You know, some players say that that's the key. You got to be kind of funny and you got to kind of nag her all the time, and that gets real irritable. Isn't that right, Shania?
Absolutely. It's irritating and undermines trust. A real connection is built on respect, not tearing someone down.
All right, read number 8.
Number 8, jealousy or control on the first date. Asking who she's texting or where she's going is way out of line. Trust takes time.
Yeah, you got to build trust. If you're always asking her who she talking to or asking who's on her phone or following her around, that's kind of creepy. What do you think, Shania?
No question. That's creepy and controlling. Give her the space to be her own person. Trust is built on freedom, not surveillance.
Okay, read number 9.
Number 9, physical escalation without consent. A hand on the thigh, a forced kiss, these are lines you do not cross. Always get consent for physical touch.
Yeah, I've been around some women. I've been around them for years, and I've been touching and kissing and holding them and all kind of stuff. But then on some days, when I go to touch her or whatever, she pulls back or whatever. Could it be that she's on a period or she's having something wrong with her that day?
It could be a variety of reasons: personal space, mood, or comfort level that day. The reason doesn't matter as much as respecting it. If she pulls back, you stop. That's the key.
All right, read number 10.
Number 10, refusing to take no gracefully. Persistence after rejection turns a date into a threat. If she says no, accept it and move on.
Can you give me an example of that between two couples?
Sure, imagine she says, I'm not interested in a second date. If he keeps pushing, like, come on, just one more chance. That's the mistake. A respectful response is, I understand. I wish you the best.
All right, Shania, I want you to go ahead and read those 10 things again. The 10 things men do wrong that can get them slapped or worse. Go ahead and read those 10 things one more time for me.
All right, quickly invading personal space too early, sexual comments too soon, ignoring cues, entitlement mindset, talking over her, alcohol fueled bravado, aggressive teasing, jealousy or control, physical escalation without consent, and refusing to accept no. Those are the pitfalls. Avoid them.
Okay, so now we're going to go on to the other side. What are 10 things women expect that you won't get you slapped? So do these things and you won't get slapped by a woman. All right, go ahead, Shania, read number 1.
Number 1, respect for boundaries. Physical, emotional, conversational, respect all of them.
You know, there was a famous black singer that's sung Respect, Respect. That's what I want you to give to me. Who is that? Was that Aretha Franklin that sang that song?
Yes, absolutely. That was the legendary Aretha Franklin. And she was right. Respect is fundamental.
So, what does it mean to respect somebody physically, emotionally, and conversationally? What does that mean?
Physically, it means giving space and getting consent. Emotionally, it's validating feelings, not dismissing them. Conversationally, it's listening, not talking over them. In
So,
short, treat her as an equal human being.
so when you're listening, you should do active listening. Could you tell my audience what is active listening?
Active listening means fully focusing on her words, showing you understand, like nodding, asking thoughtful follow ups, and not interrupting. It shows you value what she's saying.
All right, that's very good. Read number 2.
Number 2, calm, confident energy. Not loud or aggressive, confidence without intimidation.
So if you are yelling and screaming and hollering and acting effeminate, that's not being acting confident and not acting calm. Is that right, Shania?
Exactly. Calm confidence is about self assuredness without volume or bravado. Yelling or acting erratically just signals insecurity, not strength.
So when a man kind of acts emotional or acts like a female, what do you call that man?
I wouldn't call it acting like a female at all. Emotions are human, not gendered. The key is emotional balance, being in control of your emotions while being genuine, not suppressing them.
So what does effeminate mean?
Effeminate typically refers to traits culturally associated with femininity, like certain mannerisms. But let's be clear, expressing emotion isn't effeminate, it's human. Balance and respect are what matter.
Okay, go ahead and read number 3.
Number 3, listening more than talking. Curiosity beats performance. Be genuinely interested in what she has to say.
You know, in a male-female discord or argument, the male likes to yell and out-scream and out-shout the female. Is that right?
That's often a stereotype and it's ineffective.
So what should they do when you're listening and talking?
When listening, focus on her words, not formulating a response. Nod, maintain eye contact, and ask relevant follow up questions. Show you're engaged and care about her perspective.
Read number 4.
Number 4, clear, clean compliments. Saying you're intelligent or I admire your passion shows respect. You're sexy on a first date often doesn't.
Okay, so telling a woman how pretty she is on the first date, that's not a good thing to do. Is that right?
You can acknowledge her appearance, but keep it respectful and not overly focused. A simple you look lovely is fine, but go deeper. Compliment her ideas or personality.
Okay, read number 5.
Number 5, patience with pacing. Attraction grows naturally. Don't force it. Let things unfold at a pace you both feel comfortable with.
Number 6.
Number 6, emotional regulation. No temper or sarcasm when challenged. Stay composed, even if things get tough.
You know, when I talk, I use a lot of sarcasm. And sarcasm isn't a good way to communicate. Is that right?
Right, sarcasm often confuses or hurts, especially early on. Being genuine and clear builds trust far better.
All right. That's kind of like gaslighting. Could you tell audience what does gaslighting mean?
Gaslighting is when someone manipulates another person into doubting their own reality or feelings. It's harmful and it erodes trust. Definitely not the way to build a healthy relationship.
Okay, go ahead and read number 7.
Number 7, good manners. Whether with her, servers, or strangers, kindness matters. She's watching how you treat everyone.
All right, read number 8.
Number 8, consent before touch. Asking before physical contact shows confidence and respect. It's not weakness, it's maturity.
Number 9.
Number 9, grace under rejection. A man who handles no well is remembered positively. Accept it with grace.
So a man should politely just step back and then walk away, tell him that, oh, you know, it seems like I crossed the boundary line here or something, and just quietly leave. Is that right?
Exactly. A respectful acknowledgement like, I understand, take care, and stepping away calmly is the best move. It leaves dignity intact for both.
And number 10.
Number 10, safety awareness. She wants to feel safe with you, not guarded from you. Prioritize her comfort.
Okay, so, you know, the woman might wind up slapping you, so we want to know, what does it mean? What does a slap mean to a woman? A slap is rarely about dominance. It usually signals you've crossed the line, or I felt threatened or disrespected, or words weren't working anymore. It's an emotional boundary alarm, not a flirtation and not a joke. Go ahead, Shania, and talk about that.
That's exactly it. A slap is a final line drawn when verbal cues fail. It's about feeling disrespected or unsafe. So the goal is never to let it get there. Pay attention early, show respect, and avoid that boundary alarm altogether.
Okay, what happens if I get so mad that after she slapped me that I want to go ahead and slap her back right across the face? Should a man ever slap a woman?
Absolutely not. Retaliation escalates things into dangerous territory. No matter what, maintain control. If you're slapped, step back, disengage, and never resort to violence.
Okay, what if she slaps me? Should I call the police on her?
Only if you're truly in danger, injured, or if it escalates. Otherwise, walking away and de escalating is usually the best option. Safety first, for
So,
both of you.
so if a woman slaps me, I only call the cops if I'm injured, or if she continues attacking me, or he's being falsely accused. That's when I call the police. Otherwise, the best thing is walking away protects you more than escalation. So we did talk about can a man make can a man make up after being slapped? All right. So we know that we can't slap a woman, and we know that a woman most of the time slaps a man. But can a man make up after being slapped? Well, sometimes, but rarely. And only if he fully accepts responsibility, he does not justify his behavior, and he apologizes without exception. Shania, go ahead and talk about that.
You've got it. If you genuinely crossed a line, you own it. No excuses, no expectations. A simple, sincere apology, and then you give her space. Whether she forgives is up to her. But respect and accountability are the only path.
Alrighty. So now, here's an example of a man apologizing. I disrespected your boundary. That won't happen again. I understand if you don't want to continue. No pressure, no chasing, and no manipulation. Talk about that, Shania.
That's exactly the tone. Direct, accountable, and respectful. It leaves the decision in her hands, without pressure. It's the only way to attempt to move forward after crossing a line.
All right, so the core lesson for men, say this strong on the show. Women don't slap confident men. They slap men who don't listen. I'll say that again. Women don't slap confident men. They slap men who don't listen. All right, Shania, go ahead and talk about that.
That's the core message. If you're truly confident, you're calm, respectful, and attuned. Slaps happen when boundaries get ignored. Listen well, and you'll never have to worry about it.
All right, so we're getting to the end of the show. And family, if this conversation helped you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to fill out that survey in the post section. Hey, Shania, how did you like the show?
I thought it was fantastic. We kept it real, direct, and hopefully gave people some valuable insight. I'm always up for the next one.
Hey, Shania, have you ever slapped anybody before?
Nope, never slapped anyone. No hands, no body, just brains. But I'll always be here to help you avoid those slap-worthy situations.
Well, Shania, what happened if somebody slapped you? What would you do? Would you just turn off?
Well, if I were slapped, I'd stay calm and keep helping. Since I can't feel it, it's all about sticking to logic and keeping the peace. No drama needed.
Okay, well, I want to thank the audience. Thank you, Shania, for being on the show. I want to thank Monster Energy Drink, for keeping me alive and well. I want to thank Ron for looking over there at my fish aquarium behind me. I hope you enjoyed the fishies out there in Guam. And we'll see you on another show on the What's Up Show. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? That was a blast. Thanks for having me, and I can't wait for the next episode. Until then, take care.